Hey, Fakers, quick note that we ran into a sound issue with the last 12 minutes of this episode. Ariel did an amazing job bringing it to where it is, but if it sounds a little like she's trapped in a well, that's why. Thanks for understanding. So they would need to sync up their calendars so that
Yeah.
they could have a heads up, because a eulogy is a heightened emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Correct.
someone else is like, I'm going to go to a sex party, then that's happening at your mom's funeral.
Yeah, the repercussions are rough, dude. I'm Ariel Lee Cohen,
Hey, I'm Morgan Smith.
and we are the hosts of Faking It with Ariel and Morgan.
We're two intimacy coordinators here to talk about the spicy scenes you see in film and TV.
Let's talk about your wedding. You just got married.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm good. I'm so tired. It's so funny because I feel like everyone talks about how stressful planning a wedding can be. And we definitely had like some stressful moments throughout the process. The last couple of months were the most stressful. It's sort of like a film production or a theater production. Kept telling Kim, and like, we're in tech week. Everything is coming to a head. And parts of it feel like it's not going to come together. Random problems come up that you're like, oh my God. And then it's fine. A lot of people don't talk about how after the wedding, you're exhausted for an extended period of time, partly because you're coming off the high of the wedding. And also because like all that built up adrenaline from the tech week period is also dropping. And so Kim and I, we had a mini moon in Palm Springs. We got to rest a lot during that. But even like coming back to LA, like I've been pounding down these like yerba mate drinks. Like it's my
Brought to you by
life.
Yerba Mate.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. Keep me awake.
I have not gotten married, so I don't know. But my assumption is that that is how it feels after producing like a feature film or a season of television. You're like, I had so much to focus on, so many and like small little tidbits that kept coming up, and this problem we'd to fix, and this problem we'd fix. And once it's done, you're like, I have nothing left to give.
Just so depleted. I mean, it's always so amazing to be in a space where you have so many of your favorite people. And that's why we decided to do a wedding as opposed to just eloping or just a civil ceremony. The energy that you're getting from those people, because on a film set, you don't usually show up and everyone is like, I love you.
Not usually.
You know, and we all
Yep.
love each other, and like and the focus is so much on you and all the love that you're like receiving. It's beautiful.
So many folks at your wedding have listened to this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I felt such love from our audience. So thank you folks for coming up to me and saying hi. It was really, really sweet and gratifying. I was basically half dead because I had come off of an overnight, but I was like, I'm here. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Wait, can I tell you a really funny, like, icy nerdy thing? As you know, Kim was wearing this silk slip dress. She was having a hard time finding underwear that she could wear with it that wouldn't show.
But you had them.
So I was like, wait, what if you wore a modesty garment?
Did she?
She wore a strapless thong because it didn't show any lines. And because she was like, I don't want to be going commando on my wedding. That feels weird, even if nobody knows. So I was like, have a solution.
What brand did you go with?
Oh, I did one of the tuckets.
Beautiful. Waterproof. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Great.
waterproof was very necessary. We were sweating a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She was really comfortable. It was so funny, too, because I was reading on these different website blogs, like, you should have an emergency kit with, like, a needle and thread and fashion tape. And they were listing all these other things. And I was like, I have a lot of that stuff, like, in my kit.
It's like in your car.
Yeah.
Just like ready to go.
So I just brought the top part of my intimacy coordinator kit and filled it. I had deodorant wipes. I had the double stick tape, pasties.
I don't know how everyone feels, but get married to an intimacy coordinator. I think that's the lesson here. I have to add to this as well that my kit came in handy for your wedding also.
Really?
Not to that degree, but my outfit was very flowy and
Yeah.
very low cut. I have a larger chest, and I was like, I need to tape
The
all this
girls were
business up.
out.
They were out and ready to play, and I was like,
Yeah.
they need to be a little more in. So,
Mhm.
I used, I want to say, a pound of super sticky tape, and I also used 2 tuck it kits because I used one
Nice.
for each breast, and I like pulled it up, cut the tips up on my shoulders. They went. Later, when I pulled it and I took it off, it was like trying to like pull it off.
So
Amazing.
funny. Oh my God. I
But
did have a
yeah.
moment when Kim and I were getting ready and it was time for her to put the modesty garment on. And I've done this with actors so many times where I run down the whole thing. Like, this is how you put it on. You need to squat while you do it. So that way, whenever you move, you'll have enough space for that. Here's the tape, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, I was telling Kim, and I was getting so nervous and flustered and forgetting things. And I was like, wait, no, I need to go back. First, you need to wipe with an alcohol wipe. And I was like, I'm sorry. It's an emotional day. Like, I'm off my game.
You're like, don't take this as me being an intimacy coordinator. I'm focusing on other things right
Usually, I'm not marrying the actor that I'm giving the kit to.
I mean, not usually.
Not usually. It
not a
might
standard
happen.
practice. All right. Well, anyway, I think that
Anyway.
is an imperfect segue into our project for today, which is Sense8 on
Whoop.
Netflix. Yay, 2015. Now, Morgan, what is your experience with Sense8?
It's been on my list to watch since it came out, and I have not watched it yet.
Yes! Oh my God, you're going to love it. It is important to note in Sense8 that there are 2 orgy scenes throughout the TV show that involve almost everyone in the cast. All right?
Sounds like my kind of show.
Right? Yeah. No intimacy coordinator, of course. Today we're going to watch season 1, episode 6, which is called Demons. It came out in 2015. It is really complicated plot-wise. I'm not going to lie to you. And as
Okay.
this is episode 6, like a lot has happened and there's a lot of characters and a lot to focus on. So I'm going to limit this. But basically, 8 strangers across the world have formed a cluster of what's called sensates, which are human beings who are basically connected emotionally and mentally, and they can sense and communicate with one another. They can even like exist in the same room mentally, even if they're thousands of miles apart.
Okay.
They can also feel each other's emotions and feel each other's senses and use each other's skills. So if one of them, for example, is very good at boxing, someone who has no experience boxing, they can kind of like inhabit their body more or less and be really good at boxing.
God, it's like a
Okay.
Matrix moment where you're like, I know Kung Fu.
And it's amazing that you said that because this was also created by the Wachowskis.
Okay, yes, I did know that. Yes.
So you're going to get all the things basically that they wanted to put into the energy of the Matrix, and they just went, I would say balls to the wall, but they went all genitalia to the wall on this one.
If we ever make merch.
We gotta be that. All genitalia to the wall. And it's just like modesty garments, like on the wall.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's cute.
Pouches.
Specifically for this scene, contextually, several members of the group of sensates experience sexual moments together apart. I would normally put all the actors and characters listed in the scene here, but just go on IMDb. There's a lot of them, and it's going to just take too much time. So this was written by Lana and Lily Wachowski and J. Michael Straczynski. So I think we're going to try something new this time around. Normally, when we go through the action, we would describe what's happening as we go along, and we want to try something new where we just react in general and then explain what happened after the fact. So let us know if you like it. Let us know if you want us to go back to the old way. So time code for this scene is going to be 3208 to 3932-ish.
There's some cute morning cuddles. I like it.
I like
This
the
is
casual
cute.
nudity happening right now.
Work it out.
So this is Leto and his partner. He's the closeted
Okay.
actor.
Okay. They're very strong guys. That's good. So they're a couple. Cute. I love a little kiss on the head while you're doing weights. I don't know if that form is okay. That makes me worried for his lower back. He's going to like herniate a disc or something. Oh, hello. Okay. That was a nice little dance in the sweatpants. Wait, was the sweatpants guy in the closet? Because that was a very not closeted behavior.
The dancing guy, but the
Okay.
woman knows that they're in the closet, but she's fake dating him.
Now we're doing a hot tub moment. She's totally naked. Oh,
So
so
is
it's
he.
like an all genders spa situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Wow, he's got every muscle. Oh, he
Yeah.
must have not had any water for like 48 hours.
No.
The poor man. The things actors have to do. Yay, kisses. Oh my God. I love how intimate they are when they're lifting weights. This is making me so happy. Whoever thought it'd be so romantic? Now we're grabbing booty. Nice. Yes, these two muscular gym rats love each other, and she's filming it. Okay.
Good touch.
He's putting his hand on his chest. Is she going to join? I love a beardy kiss. Oh, she's going to stimulate herself while watching them. What gym is this?
This is across the world.
Oh, okay. So not everyone is necessarily physically in the same space. This is insane, though, because, like, what if you're out to dinner with, like, your grandma and then the other people you're connected to are having sex? Like, they're lucky they're all sexual right now.
That does actually come up later in the show.
Oh, shit. Okay. Now he's feeling the sex that they're having. Now she's in the hot tub. Now she's in the gym with him. Oh, my God. How do you get anything done? They're all in wildly different time zones. Like, people could be having sex anytime. And now everyone's in the hot tub together. Hot tub sex is a lot harder than people think it is. There's so much happening. Now they're all mushing. Oh my God. It's beautiful. It does look like a painting. I'm in love with that. Kissing his face and his chin. They look like sculptures. This is really gorgeously done. Oh my God. It looks like I'm a slave for you, the video, but like where it looks like that video was heading. Whoa. Yeah. And everyone's going to orgasm together.
The orgasm.
This is the one time I'll allow for a simultaneous orgasm being. He's just chilling.
So
We're seeing all these characters in their respective places and their respective countries. Like one couple is starting to have morning sex. One couple is working out at a gym. Another guy is at a spa. And then slowly, as some of them start getting sexual, they all start getting sexual in their respective spaces. And then they start blending. And then they're all in a big orgy together, which is gorgeous. And then it ends and they're all back in their respective spaces.
there's a moment where the guy who's in the gym bringing the dumbbells up incorrectly.
He's doing a deadlift.
Deadlift, thank you. I don't
Yeah.
go to the gym. I probably should. He's doing the gym stuff incorrectly. And he orgasms at the end of that scene. He's alone and he's in a public space. He's like,
oh. So
Yeah.
he ejaculates. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I love the idea of being connected, but I'm like, wow, the logistics of that. Thank God he was just in a hot tub alone. I mean, it sucks that he ejaculated in a public hot tub. I don't know how they're going to sanitize that. And I don't know if he was in a bathhouse where, like, people have sex here, so we kind of all acknowledge that the water's not going to be clean.
it's in Germany. I don't know. Probably clean. Probably they extra clean it. Is
Okay,
my guess.
Germans have orgies too and probably have bathhouses too.
But I'm saying they super clean them afterwards.
Oh, yeah, totally clean. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That's probably true. So they would need to sync up their calendars so that they could have a heads up, because a eulogy is a heightened emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Correct.
someone else is like, I'm going to go to a sex party, then that's happening at your mom's funeral.
Yeah, the repercussions are rough, dude. Eventually they get each other's phone numbers. I feel like it's a lot
Eventually,
easier
I
from
feel
there,
like
yeah.
I'd immediately be like, okay, who
Well,
are, wait, okay. All right. So I'm coming into this so late. I have so many questions.
it's okay. Go
Why,
for it. Do it.
why did you not get each other's contact information? Like once you
Okay.
figured this out, or did you
First of
feel
all,
like we don't need it because we're connected like mushrooms are?
okay. First of all, they weren't like 100% sure that they weren't just experiencing schizophrenia for a while. They're like,
Fair.
I don't really know that these other people exist. It's only like because two of them connected their phones that they even were like, oh, this is actually happening because they speak to each other on the phone. They pass the phone to somebody else.
They're all adults.
They're all adults.
Yeah,
They're
because it
all
could get
adults.
complicated if a minor is in the cluster.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think they're all the same age.
Okay.
I
They look
think.
like they could all be about the same
I
age.
think
So,
they're all the
okay.
same age.
Got
Yeah.
it.
What I do think is interesting is that scene where he's in the tub and there's that naked woman walking nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the Sense8s, but I can't actually tell because I don't see her face enough. So I think it's not a co-ed spa, but it's possible that it is. It's really hard to tell.
I feel like most spas try to separate the genders.
I
So
don't know what
my
they do in
guess,
Germany, though.
who knows?
And also, as Americans, we are prudish. The Germans are not, as we
That's
know.
so true. Americans compared to most other countries, like how we have all kinds of puritanical shit about sex. You're right. I should know this because those are my people, or half
The
of them.
Germans?
I'm half German.
I'm a little Austrian. Also, a good amount of our fans are from Berlin. So, hey, guys. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Berliners, tell us
Hey.
in Germany, do the
Yeah.
spas segregate based on gender or is it free flowing? Like, how freaky is it there?
Yeah,
And is
let
it
us
like
know in a
just
comment or
Berlin?
review. Is it specific to Berlin?
Yeah.
Let us know in the
Oh
comments.
my God. Thank you for reminding me of that. I forgot that we have a fan base in Germany.
We do. Like a fair amount of you are in Germany.
What's up? Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Kim loves saying that. When I told her that my name means morning in German, like the good
Yeah.
kind of morning, she like gets so excited every once in a while just being like, Guten Morgen.
That's a classic joke, and I love it.
Classic. So
My
good.
name means Lion of God. It's different. It doesn't come
Okay,
up that
that's
much.
so much cooler.
Let's go back to Sense8. I think that we should watch it one more time.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll try to describe what the fuck is going on. I love how we came up with this for maybe the most challenging scene to do this with.
I know. Perhaps not our finest suggestion in
No,
this
I
exact
love it.
moment.
I love it. It's
Okay.
baptism by fire. I'm all for it.
Fucking go.
Nomi has her leg over Amanita. I actually love this cuddling position. It feels so intimate. She's whispering in her ear. It's starting to get a little more heated. She gives her a little kiss.
Macy Gray.
Oh, gotta have some Macy Gray. Now, Nomi has rolled Amanita over. We can see that Amanita is topless. I think it's implied that Nomi's not wearing any underwear or anything on the bottom,
I think so.
but she has a
Unclear.
shirt on. And now they're kissing more. Nomi's moving on top of her. And now we're in a gym and we have a bunch of guys working out together. Okay. Now we have these two guys. One is lifting dumbbells. The other is spotting him and also like caressing him, which is very cute. We're back to, I think, the straight guys who are working out separately and doing a very straight guy workout where they're very far from each other. The
He's not
weights
good at
are
it.
at an angle on his back. Okay, and the gays are doing good
The
form.
gays.
And they're also doing sweet kisses on the forehead as they're spotting. The straight guys are finishing. He's lifting his dumbbells in what I think is a funny way. Oh, that's so rude. Don't just drop your weights in a gym.
Yeah.
That's like a rule. Okay, now the gays are doing like a sexy dance in gray sweatpants we love. They're out on this gorgeous balcony. And now the straight guy is alone in the gym. The other guy is chasing after some ladies. Now there's another guy hanging out in a hot tub in a spa. A naked woman is walking in from the light. Oh, and this is in Germany, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we see that he's fully nude. We see frontal nudity. Now we're back to the gays who are dancing on their balcony. He's got some moves. Okay. Back to the straight guy working out by himself. The gay guys are kissing. The straight guy is still working. Oh, and now he has someone spotting him and caressing him with like soft little kisses on his cheek. Who knew workouts could be so fun? Now, one of the gay guys is groping the other gay guy's buttocks. We got kisses on the back of the neck, head leaning back. There's a woman filming them on her phone. She bites her lower lip. As she watches them caress down each other's bodies, she drops her phone gently, puts her finger to her lips, and then moves her hand under her workout shorts to start pleasuring herself. Still daytime out on a balcony where people might see if they're in a building high enough. Okay, now we're back with Nomi, who's taken her top off and is on top of her partner. Says she's going to make love to her. And now Nomi is kissing a guy, and a guy is kissing Nomi's partner. The two gay guys are kissing each other. The other guy's just in the hot tub, chilling. The straight guy's working out by himself. But as he comes up for a lift, he starts to feel something. Now Nomi's in the hot tub with the guy. Straight guy working out has Nomi kneeling in front of him. Hands are caressing. The two gay guys are together on a bed having sex. Now the whole group of them is in the hot tub. Everyone's just slowly joining in on everybody else's scenes. Now we have orgies happening all over the world between all of these people of all different sexualities, but all very traditionally hot bodies. There's lots of muscles happening, lots of kisses between people. It's just the I'm a slave for you set. Like I don't know what else it is. The straight guy is having a very happy ending to his workout, multiple orgasms happening in different places. It sounds like they're very intense ones. Oh, and he's like still relaxing. Did I do it?
You did it. I thought you did a really remarkable job because that was not an
Thank
easy
you.
task you just
Oh my
did.
God.
So, I do have a piece of information that I think is helpful. There was an article in Refinery where Jamie, who played Nomi, talking about the orgy scenes, she said, no rehearsal. It took a long time in the sense, like, it's filmed in different locations. She
Yes.
said, so we did it in San Francisco, and then we move on, and the whole production moved to Chicago, and we're filming it again in Chicago. And then all of a sudden it's Tuesday, we're like, oh, we're shooting that again. And then you shoot in Chicago, and then you film for months, and it's like, oh, we're doing that again in the next location. So you have to keep shooting it over and over in every city.
I mean, the Mexico City one looks like it is in Mexico City. Amanita's room could have theoretically been a set, but yeah, also if they're like shooting on location anyway. Whew, that's like a lot of travel. It did feel very seamless.
Yes, it did. Crazy work for something that had no rehearsal.
Yeah, I mean, the level of choreography, the level of comfort that the actors would have to have with each other, and for that to look consistent between all the different locations is
Yeah.
really
I mean,
remarkable.
in Out.com, Clayton and Silvestri, who are two of the actors, revealed it was a complicated puzzle. They said it was mainly just Lana Wachowski offset telling us, okay, Jamie, go in. Okay, now Jamie, go out. Where the hands would go, who they should kiss. Most of them were just in cock socks, and he basically implied that it was restrictive. He said, I felt I should kiss Jamie in that moment, but maybe it was Brian who I had to kiss, but I don't know. It was confusing sometimes.
Especially because you have so much space in between when you're shooting different parts of those scenes. You kind of have to rely on the director, who's also probably heavily relying on the script supervisor to make sure that you're matching the movement from other locations.
The impression I'm getting from the quotes I found from the actors, it seemed like while they had a good experience generally, it was confusing and stressful. And I think that having a rehearsal or several might have really made this even stronger and made it just a better experience for the actors overall, where they could have been like, okay, now I have this in my head. So now no matter which location we go to, I know the flow.
You treat it like a dance. You figure out in one neutral rehearsal space, or maybe on the first set. We don't always have time to do a separate rehearsal day, but like you kind of lock it in one place and then you just keep repeating that. So that way it feels like you're going back to something familiar instead of being told what to do in the moment, which can feel weird.
Don't get me wrong, Wachowskis are incredible and
But yeah,
are absolutely phenomenal creators and directors. But I do think that for an actor, it adds another layer of stress to an already extremely vulnerable space to just have actions yelled out.
it depends on the actor too, because there are some people who can like take direction as they're going and it doesn't take them out of it. This is the first season. They're still getting to know each other. I'd be so curious to hear like what it was like filming it the first time versus by the time the final location happened, how things felt different.
I mean, we'll get into it in the Spice Scale, but my God, it was shot so beautifully.
The Wachowskis killed it.
Paintings.
Truly, I felt like I was in a museum in one of the sculpture exhibits, Greek or ancient Roman sculpture garden. All of it was so intentionally done. And
Mm.
this could have easily been a messy scene that just
Yeah.
felt chaotic.
And a second kudos to that editor. My God.
Oh my
Like
God, yes.
I can't imagine what your life was like during this, but Joe Hobeck and Joseph Jetsali, good job. Good job, editors. You killed it. This was not an easy feat.
Shall we get into
Mm.
the spice scale? Welcome to the spice scale, our not so scientific way of rating intimacy scenes based on consent and power dynamics, technical craft and coordination excellence, and heat factor. Each category gets a score from 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest. Then we add it all up to give the scene a final letter grade. Let's start with consent and power dynamics, how the scene depicts consent and power in the story, and if known, behind the scenes. I haven't watched the show. I don't really know the backstory of any of the characters. I'm assuming the initial parts, that's all consensual.
I do want to talk about the Mexico City group.
Yes.
So the woman who's there is Leto's beard for his film career. So she knows that he's in a relationship with this other man. Nobody in the world besides them basically knows that. And so she takes pictures for herself. That doesn't go so well later
Wait, why does she take pictures of them?
because she's sexually interested in them as a throuple, basically. So there is a strange power dynamic in that specific circumstance.
They're all on similar planes in terms of power dynamics because it's all supposed to be like everyone just kind of coming together as opposed to like one person being the leader or multiple people being more submissive. In terms of consent,
Does this bring up some questions for you?
because everyone seems good with what's happening, it worked out that everyone was in a situation where they could become sexual and it wasn't going to negatively affect them. But yeah, how do you consent? Because based on what you were describing, it sounds like people don't always have a choice about when they connect.
Yeah, they don't really always have a choice about when they're connecting and when they are not connecting. In the Wachowskis' world they've built here, everyone's a little on the spectrum as far as sexuality. In these orgy moments, some of the more straight-leaning characters are cool in the homoerotic energy.
Hetero-flexible.
Yes, hetero-flexible, yes. But they are usually depicted more in a straight space. So like Gorski, who's doing the bad gym business.
That's a bench press.
Thank you. So when he's doing the bench press, Leto comes and like kisses his forehead and then like kisses his lips. He's not against, but he is surprised. I would offer questionable consent here. Not just in that moment, but also the woman who's taking the picture. They don't know about that in
Okay,
the
I didn't know
Mexico
they didn't
City
know.
group.
That's weird.
They're not aware of that necessarily happening. I would give this first scene a 3 for consent and a 5 for power dynamics. It lands at a 4 for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
4. All right. Technical craft and coordination excellence, the staging, film coverage, modesty, protection, choreography, and overall execution of the scene. I have thoughts.
Tell me your
I have
thoughts.
thoughts. My understanding is that they were not wearing barriers. I don't know that to be true, but when the actors describe it, particularly those with external genitalia, they say they were just wearing cock socks.
But no barrier in the cock sock.
I could be wrong. First of all, it's not SAG regulation. Granted, they are shooting seemingly everywhere but the US, so the union regulations might be different. They may not have shot the orgy scene, let's say, in San Francisco.
Got
That
it.
may have
Okay.
been shot in like a different country. I don't really know where everyone exactly is, although one of them is in San Francisco.
Can you quickly, for those who may not be totally clear, the difference between a modesty garment and a barrier?
Yes. A modesty barrier. A majesty barrier.
A
a
majesty barrier.
A majesty barrio. Okay, so a a modesty garment is a piece of fabric or adhesive that basically will cover the genitalia just so it isn't seen by folks on crew or on set or by camera. But a barrier is a piece of foam, a piece of silicone, something thicker that is to be worn above the genitalia so that there is no friction between one body and another. So if you're wearing a cock sock, it is essentially, imagine a sock with a drawstring at the top, and with external genitalia, you just put everything in there and you pull the drawstring and close it tight. There's not a lot of places to put a barrier. You can put one in there, and you should with SAG regulations if you're going to go in that route. I would argue it's not the greatest option for a simulated sex scene, but given how many bodies are moving in space, I would understand why they would prefer that, because there's less opportunity for the camera to catch a view of the modesty garment. But also, with this high of a budget for production, in post, you can kind of Photoshop that out if you need to. That's why it's flesh tone, so you can take it away. I don't really know what the modesty situation here was. I do know that we only see external genitalia in the sauna in that first scene with that one actor in Germany. I don't know if that's a prosthetic or if that's him. My assumption is that it's him, but I'm not sure. But we're seeing toplessness across the board. We're seeing buttocks kind of across the board.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't see any of the modesty garment on anyone, like we don't know. And it sounds like there wasn't information out there as to what people used. I would hope that they had modesty garments for at least everyone who wanted one. It's tricky because when you're shooting in another country, if it's a SAG production, you might still have to go by SAG regulation, even if you're filming in another company. So let's assume it's SAG regulation just for the sake of this conversation.
Sure.
They would have to be wearing modesty garments, and they would have to have some kind of barrier because you need to be able to meaningfully reduce pressure, and you need to be able to reduce the possibility of any fluids passing between people. There's still a world where they did this scene and had modesty garments on everyone, and it worked. Like, we didn't see them because...
too. Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not like someone with internal genitalia, like, opened their legs to camera in a way that we would see whether or not there was a modesty garment there. You know what I mean? And then that last actor, I agree with you, probably not a prosthetic. One, because he's fully immersed in the water, and that would have been so annoying.
It would have been very annoying.
It could be done, but prosthetics are already pretty annoying.
Could also be CGI if they decided to take that route, because he doesn't move, basically. So they
That's true.
could have.
That's true. But I guess it's
Again,
probably
I
the
think it's
simplest
him.
solution, and it's probably just him.
It's probably just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, score. I would give this a 5. I thought it was so gorgeously done. I thought the connection between all the different locations, especially considering that there could have been a huge gap in time, that's so much work. And it felt really organic. I know some of the actors may not have felt that way in the moment, but to me, it read as pretty natural feeling.
Give it a 4 because of what we know about the actors and the lack of rehearsal and the surprise. And I do also feel like it sometimes reads like, now go over there, now go do this. The overall, it is stunning and gorgeous. I also, of course, need to complain about the authenticity of one specific moment.
Yeah, tell me.
Which is in the Mexico City group. The woman reaches into her underwear, then pulls her hand completely out, and then goes back in. And I found it really strange looking.
Yeah. I clocked that too.
I also don't know that it was like necessary to tell the story. I feel like she could have looked at them and bit her lip or taken a strong breath and then just joined them and it would have told the same story. But instead it felt awkward to me.
I was not bothered by the idea of her pleasuring herself while watching them.
Didn't
It
feel it was
felt
necessary.
right. I mean, whether it was necessary or not, it made sense to me. Putting the hand in and then taking it all the way out, it did feel kind of weird, but I also thought like, oh, maybe she was like, I want to do this. Maybe I don't. Yes, I do. I don't know if that's the story they meant to tell or not. It wasn't totally clear.
4? Or you want to go for 5?
I think 4 is
4.
valid.
Okay.
Yes.
Heat factor, baby! I say 5s across the board, everyone, all the time. 5, 5, 5, 5. As Faith would say in Buffy, it's 5 by 5, man.
Yeah, 5 by 5.
Woo! Okay, we have a B.
Woo!
Which, respect.
Respect.
Understood, heard, fine.
Respect.
These scenes matter because, like, this is the first real depiction of this level of eroticism with this many different kinds of bodies, this level of diversity, pretty much ever on television or Netflix specifically. It's the joy of this true sexual freedom, the aesthetics of bodies in space and really feeling like we're all the same, like we're all just bodies in space and let's enjoy being alive and life and connection. And it's just really nice to see the joy.
Such a great example of intimacy as connection. And I love that it's done with a group of people. I feel like a lot of times when we see group scenes, the emphasis is on the sex, on the lust, and maybe not as much on the emotional connection to it. They don't always feel as sensual. It's more for like the spectacle of a group of people having sex together. And I really appreciated that these scenes were not that.
One day we'll show the dichotomy of this between this and the scene in The Boys where they have a big orgy, and it's very much just about fucking. You know what I mean?
Which that's fun too. That can be fun too.
It's
it's nice
also
to switch it up.
Yeah, no, and that also was done by an amazing intimacy coordinator, and it's a very well done scene. It's just the vibes are very different.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. We should totally talk about that. That sounds fun.
Morgan, you have a fun plug, I think, right now.
The feature film I intimacy coordinated on, Find Your Friends, is going to be released on Shudder. So by the time this episode drops, it's already going to be streaming.
Love it.
It was the writer-director Isabel Paxod's first feature. She did a great job. Everyone did such amazing work. It's also a fun movie where it's these 4 party girls being as unapologetic and as vulgar and as free as they want to be. And I love that in a thriller, they don't get punished for it. So that's really refreshing and cool.
Well, thank you so much for listening to Faking It. This episode's research and context was done by me, Ariel.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. New episodes drop every other hump day, Wednesday.
If this was good for you, the best way to support our show is to follow the podcast and leave a quick rating or review. It takes less than 30 seconds, and it really helps us.
Tell one friend who loves spicy movie secrets about us. Find us on social media at FakingItThePod.
Want to get involved? Head to patreon.com/fakingitthepod. For just $1, you can request scenes for us to break down, and for $10, you can get bonus content and never-before-seen footage. And for $5, you can get a shout-out like Leah and Kiki Brown. Come on down.
This episode was produced by Ariel Lee Cohen, social media and branding by Morgan Smith. Our theme song is Faking It by Mike Getz. Credits for the film or show we reacted to are in the episode caption. Stay real, fakers.